shoe brand Bata finds its way to Manila. As a pioneer of innovative footwear, it recently launched its first store in the Philippines. And to tell us more about this, we have in the studio Alexis Nasard, Bata's Chief Executive Officer. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Well, first of all, why the name Bata? As you know, I don't know if you know, but in the Philippines, Bata means child. So I think people are wondering what's the story behind this?
I would love to tell you that it's part of our adequation to the Philippines, but it isn't.
Right.
Actually, the company is quite old, 125 years old. It was founded in 1894 by a gentleman named Thomas Bata. It's as simple as that.
It was named after the family.
Exactly.
Okay, that's great. Now, I know this is a very popular brand globally.
Yeah.
What else is it really known for?
Bata has been around the world, as I mentioned, for a long time. It is in more than 50 countries. We have 5,300 stores. And the one thing we pride ourselves upon is providing really products that people want. Is that simple. You know, fashion and retail follow lots of fads, and there are lots of tendencies every 1 or 2 years. But there is one thing which is fundamental in our business, which is the product. That is why we have our #1 strategy is called Product is King. And in particular, we try to make sexy comfortable, and we try to make comfort sexy.
Oh, I like that.
which is, as you know, a dilemma that many women have to deal with all the time. Is that, do I look sexy or do I look comfortable?
Exactly.
And we try to resolve it.
Right, all in one, everything there. Now, as you said, it's in 70 other countries, and now you're in the Philippines.
Correct.
So how's that been like?
The Philippines is a dream market. It's 103 million people, growing more than 1.5% per year. 6 to 7% GDP growth, $2 billion footwear market, and only 2.2 pairs of shoes on average bought by Filipinos every year. You don't buy enough shoes. So we consider it really, really a great opportunity for us to be here. It has all the fundamentals required, and importantly, our strategy and the state of the Filipino market are quite congruent, in a sense that your medium age is 25 years old. You're in the heart of the millennials.
Right.
And our target consumer at Bata is a lady called Angela, and she's also in the bullseye of millennials. So we're really confident that our proposition, our consumer proposition, and the topography of the Filipino markets fit very well together.
How have you evolved after all these years? I mean, especially now with a fast-changing consumer market.
A relationship between a consumer and a brand is a little bit like a relationship in a couple. You want to be consistent, but you don't want to be predictable. So we try to be consistent to our values as a company. We try to be consistent to the key tenets of our strategy, which importantly includes the product and all components related to it. But we try to be also surprising every once in a while. We are surprising in the shoes we offer, surprising in our marketing campaigns. Now we are using lots of local celebrities every time we go. We are moving also more and more into the fashion arena, where we're launching a very global initiative, which is called the Bata Fashion Week, that you will soon see also in the Philippines.
And you also advocate environmentally conscious shoes. What is that about?
We are a very responsible company. We try to do it because it's part of the values, but also because it's good business. You know, nowadays, particularly when we talk about millennials, you know, they value values. You know, they don't just buy products because of their functional virtues, but they buy products because they represent a set of values that they associate with. So we really try to live through that in the way we source our products, in the way we source our raw material, in the way we select our partners, as well as the kind of shoes that we build in terms of labor practices and all that. There is also another component. We try to be responsible citizens in the places where we operate. For example, we have a global program which is called the Bata Children's Program, where we really have a big philanthropic agenda to help education. And so far we have 250,000 children involved in that program. And lastly, let's not forget that retail employs a lot of people. You know, I mean, you know, 5,300 stores, we have 30,000 employees.
In 70 countries.
Exactly. So it is really quite an intensive source of employment. So if hopefully we develop in the Philippines like we would like to develop over the next few years, it should be a significant source of employment for people.
Now, Bata company coming to the Philippines, how did that come about?
We came through a classic strategic exercise, which is to say, where are the opportunities for growth, right? We look at the matrix, I'm going to keep it simple, which looks at market attractiveness as well as right to win. And then we cluster these countries based on the combination of the biggest combination of these two, basically, which are the most attractive markets and which are the markets where we are most likely to succeed.
And which company have you partnered up with?
Because, for example, if you choose a market that is attractive, where we don't have a good right to win, then the cost of growth becomes very significant. So after that thinking is done, there is also a process of partnering up with the right people, and this is where the relationship with SM came about. I'm not going to get into the details of it, but we find it to be a very, very fruitful collaboration. We have very complementary strengths, and at this point in time in the Philippines, they're a perfect partner for us.
Well, thank you so much for coming to the program today and sharing all this information with us.
My pleasure. Thank you for your time.
That was Bata CEO Alexis Nasard.